Give him this money and these notes, Reynaldo.
Yes, Polonius.
It would be smart to know about his behavior before you visit him.
Of course.
Very good. Find out what people are in Paris like, who they are, where they live, and how much money they keep. If you find out these questions that they do indeed know my son, you'll find out much more information than asking specific questions about him. Just say something along the lines of, I know his father and his friends. Do you understand, Reynaldo?
Yes, sir.
You might want to say, I don't know him well, but is he the same wild artist, and so on. Then you can say whatever you please. Don't say anything that would ruin his reputation, though. Just say things that would make him sound like what all the other young ones do nowadays.
Like gambling, sir?
Yes, or drinking, swearing, fighting, visiting prostitutes, those kind of things.
But wouldn't that ruin his reputation?
Not if you take control of the situation. You can't say things that can start a rumor about him, but just mention his faults lightly, so make him seem like a guy who has good intentions, but takes it too far sometimes.
But, sir.
Why should you do this?
Yes, I would like to know why.
Here's my drift, and I believe it's pretty smart. If you talk about my son's mistakes and sins a little bit, you'll see that it would only be natural for him to agree with you. Then he'll call you something like good sir, or a friend, or a gentleman, depending on who the man is and what country he's from.
Go on.
And then, what was I about to say? I was about to say something. Where did I leave off?
You were saying that it would only be natural for him to agree with you, and that he will talk to you as if you were two friends.
It would only be natural for him to agree with you. Right. Well, then he'll say, I know the gentleman, I saw him yesterday, or the other day, and I saw him enter a house of sale. Which means whorehouse, if you didn't already know. See, now you got the truth by telling a little lie. We're doing this with wisdom, intelligence, and by being indirect and finding out things. So by my former lecture and advice, do you know what to do?
Got it, Polonius. See you later.
Dad, you won't believe what just happened.
What's wrong, Ophelia?
I was in my room sewing and Hamlet barged in, all a mess and looking quite disturbed.
In what in the name of God?
I think he's in love with me, but I can't be sure.
What did he say?
He didn't say a word, but he grabbed my wrist really tight and had his wonderstruck look on his face. I didn't dare move. He was acting so unpredictable, so he just stood there for what seemed like forever. He twitched a bit, then backed his way out of my room, his eyes glued to me the entire time. It was very strange.
Come with me and we shall find the king. This is the very ecstasy of love, which causes violent emotion, which leads to desperate undertakings. I am sorry. Have you said anything harsh lately to him?
I swear, I didn't do anything. I just did what you told me to do and wouldn't let him see me and sent back his letters.
That must be what made him mad. I am sorry that I did not judge him more carefully before telling you to do those things. I thought he was just going to hurt you. Screw my jealousy. It's common for people our age to know it all, just like how it's common for the young to be careless. Come on, let's go find the king. It is better to discuss about this love openly than to hide it.
Thank you for coming on such short notice, Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. I need you both here to help me figure out what in God's name is wrong with Hamlet. As his best friends, I'm sure he will feel more open about his feelings and will explain himself to you both. My wife and I just want our son back to normal.
Gentlemen, there have been much talk about both of you, but there isn't one that the king favors most. It is nice of you to show us such gratitude, and your visit is appreciated and remembered.
You could have just ordered us to help, and we might have skipped all these pleasantries.
But we both obey, and we will give up ourselves just to be at your command.
Thank you.
Thanks, Guildenstern and Rosencrantz. Get out to find my son. Bring them with you.
I hope our presence and our practices will be helpful to him.
Amen.
Claudius, the ambassadors from Norway have arrived.
Yet again, you've brought good tidings. Thank you.
I only speak the truth, Claudius. I only do what my God and my king wish of me. I also think I know why Hamlet has gone crazy.
Well, then tell me.
Let me bring the ambassadors in first, and then I will tell you.
I guess they've discovered why our son has gone crazy,
It's probably nothing else but his father's death and our shady marriage.
I suspect we shall find out soon enough. Welcome, friends. So, Voltman, I hear you have news about Norway.
Oh, what's up, your highness? I've got news for you. He sent out messengers to stop his nephew's supposed war preparations, which he thought was for Poland, but really, it was for you. Man oh man was he upset. Forenbaugh took advantage of him, but it's okay, because Forenbaugh swore never to threaten Denmark again. Finally, everybody was happy in the end, and the king dropped an annual income of 3,000 crowns and mighty permission to lead his soldiers to Poland. Alright, he's also trying to keep you safe by leading his soldiers through your kingdom on their way to Poland.
Thank you for traveling all this way to deliver his news. I'll write back to him later, but in the meantime, go relax and enjoy your stay. Expect a marvelous feast tonight.
Well, that's good news. Claudius, Gertrude, I think that I know why your son has gone crazy. I promise that I'll be brief.
Go on.
Well, you see, I have a daughter, and like the honest daughter that I raised her to be, she told me about letters that Hamlet has written to her. These letters, they're quite... Just let me read one. To the celestial and my soul's idol, the most beatified Ophelia.
That was from Hamlet?
Sure did. Let me continue. Doubt thou the stars are fire, doubt that the sun doth move, doubt truth to be a liar, but never doubt I live. O dear Ophelia, I am ill at these numbers, I have not art to reckon thy groans, and that I love thee best, O most best, believe it, adieu. Thine evermore most dear lady, while this machine is to him, Hamlet. This is just one of many letters that my daughter has received from Hamlet and passed on to me.
My goodness, what did she do?
Do you trust me, Claudius?
Yes, I do. You are a good man and a loyal companion.
Well, you see, I knew that our children were close, but when I realized that they were more romantic than platonic, I told her to end things. And I think that this sudden end to their relationship was the cause for this madness.
You suppose that's the reason Hamlet's cracked?
I don't believe that you have any other ideas, do you?
No.
You can execute me if I'm wrong, but I'm fairly certain.
How can we prove it?
Hamlet walks in the courtyard for hours at a time, doesn't he?
Well, yes.
Well, I think that Claudius and I should stake the courtyard out and have Ophelia meet him there. If he tries to make a move, it'll prove that I'm right. If not, you can fire me.
Oh, here he comes.
If you don't mind, I'd like to speak with Hamlet alone. How are you, dear Hamlet?
Very well, thank you.
Do you know who I am?
Of course. You sell fish down at the market.
No, I'm not a fisherman.
Oh, then I wish you were as good as a man who sold fish. Do you perhaps have a daughter?
I do. Why do you ask?
Well, don't let horny Tumblr boys fawn all over her. Teen pregnancy is a big issue today.
I see. Thanks for the concern. What are you reading there?
Well, obviously words, Mr. Polonius.
Ha, of course. Silly me. Hamlet, I see your friends have left. I'll take my leave now.
Good day, Polonius. Hey guys, nice to see you both. What's up?
My dear lord.
Old friends, so good to see you. Nothing news in our lives.
Cool. How are you?
Happy that we're not over happy. We're not exactly the luckiest.
All right, I suppose.
So, what really brought you here to Elsinore today?
What should we say, my lord?
Where did you get such a ridiculous idea?
You could tell me anything, but please, your honest looks cannot cover the lies in your eyes. I know my mom and dad sent you. Come on now, speak the truth.
Should we tell him?
Alright, in order to keep you lads away from trouble, how about I tell you why you came? Recently, I've lost all sense of happiness and have neglected exercise. Men do not interest me, and neither do women. You do seem entertained by my ranting here.
The actors have arrived.
Whoever plays the role of the king would be most welcomed. The adventurous knight will wave around his sword and shield, the lover will be rewarded for his size, and crazy characters can rant all he wants. The clown will make everybody laugh, and the lady character can say whatever's on her mind. Or I'll stop the play. Which troupe is it?
They happen to be the very best actors in the world, talented in every genre you can think of. Nothing is too dramatic or light for them to handle. They are masters of their craft.
Well, bring them in. Hey guys, welcome to Elsinore. You're definitely welcomed, despite my mom and dad being ridiculous.
What would you like to hear?
A passionate speech, please.
Oh no, my lord, I'm not qualified to deliver speeches to you. However, I would be more than willing to recite a play for you.
If you happen to remember this scene, then begin at line... Let me see, how does it go? The rugged pyre is strong as a tiger. No, that's wrong. It begins like this. Savage pyres, whose black armor was as dark plains as was like the night.
Barefoot running back and forth, trying to put out the flames with blinding tears. But anybody who saw her like that would have brought hell onto her. The terrible cry she made, heaven would have sought vengeance, unless the gods don't care at all.
I believe that's enough. They're flushed in the face. Let them be. We can always hear more tomorrow. You may leave. I think that it's time for me to go too. Good night, Hamlet.
Good night, Polonius. My good friend, can you play the murder of Gonzago?
Yes, my lord, I can.
Perfect. Well, if I were to say, compose 12 to 16 lines extra, do you think you can incorporate it into the play?
Yes, my lord, anything for you.
Excellent. Well then, please rest now. Now, I'm finally alone. What do I, a grim and uncourageous rascal, do? Mope around like a dreamer, not even bothering with plans for revenge? And all I can say, nothing. Nothing at all on behalf of the king whose dear life was stolen? Am I a coward? Someone please come and direct me back to my true path. Otherwise, by now, I would have fed the intestines of the vile bastards to the local vultures. Bloody, inhumane villain, remorseless, treacherous, sex-obsessed, unnatural villain. I must set a course of action instead of merely cursing my fate. I hear that oftentimes criminals are driven to confess their sins by the pure depiction of a play. Perhaps the time has come.